There goes another!" He pointed to where a goatherd bounded barefoot from rock to rock, his vermilion-dyed goatskin cloak flapping until he disappeared. "Why should they all run from us as from a pair of fiends? We're not such fearsome fellows." "I can't imagine," said Foal. "But I wish you'd never brought me to these dreadful lands of violence and sorcery. Ah, could I but see the grey towers of Keris and the silver beaches of Aramoria once again before I die." The valet wept great tears. Vakar, with a snort of impatience, said, "Do you think I revel in sleeping on the ground and dodging death from wild beasts and wilder men? I'd rather settle down in some civilized city to the study of literature and philosophy, but I don't complain at every step. Having put our hands to the plough, we must finish the furrow." He paused. "However, in view of Bellum's unsavory reputation, you'd better get out my shield." With the bronze buckler slung against his back, Vakar felt better, though the sparse inhabitants of this barren land continued to flee from the sight of him. "Why no houses?" he said. "I never heard the Bolemians lived in the open like wild beasts." Foal shrugged, but when Vakar began another song, the Aramorian pointed and said, "Isn't that a house, sir?" Vakar guided his horse in the direction indicated. The structure was a round hut of stones, roughly chinked with mud, which blended into the stony landscape. It had once possessed a roof of wood and thatch, but this had been burned off. Vakar dismounted and kicked a skull that lay near the threshold of the hut, saying, "That was a child. There must have been war hereabouts. Since we can't get to Niawat tonight, this place will do." As Foal set up the cooking pot, he said, "We haven't seen any of Awaka's headless servants, my lord. Let's hope we never do." He struck sparks from his flint and pyrites to start the fire. "Material dangers we've surmounted, but this is the home of the blackest magic in the world." All was peaceful as they ate their frugal meal, watching the long shadows climb up those cliff faces that were still illuminated. A hyena gave its gruesome laugh somewhere in the hills. Vakar said, "Look at the horses." The 4 animals were tugging at their tethers, rolling their eyes, and swinging their ears this way and that. Both men peered about and up and down, and Vakar's uneasy gaze caught a movement among the rocks. There was a shrill yell, and— "Great gods!" yelped Foal. "Look at them!" Scores of men popped into view and rushed down the steep slopes, bounding from rock to rock and screeching. Some wore goatskins, some were naked, and all were hairy and filthy. They carried clubs, stones, and boomerangs, and as they came closer, the stones and throw sticks began to whiz through the air. "To horse!" cried Vakar, vaulting on his own animal.